Welcome back to my channel, guys. What we got going on today? This. We got that. So first things first, this cart right here was a flood cart and the rear end was making noise. So yesterday I dropped the gear oil and definitely had a lot of water in it. I put some mystery oil to kind of get it cleaned up. Today we're gonna finish it off, put a gasket on it and new gear oil, and we'll see if the noise reduces. And then this right here, this cart belongs to my RV park. They were driving around and stopped working on them, so we're gonna figure that out and see if we can get that cart fixed. So right here we have the differential cover. Gotta clean out all the old gasket material. Here's the old one. You can see all those swirls. That's from the water mixer. You can see it looks like milkshake. Just like any car that mixes oil with water, it becomes almost like milkshake. So it definitely had water in there. But yeah, we're going to clean up as well all the gasket material and put this rear end back together and see if we could see if it sounds better. So let's get to it. So what I have here is a nylon bristle brush. Used to be longer, I got to buy a new one. But I like these nylon ones because it doesn't put any gouges on the metal. I use this whenever I do any gasket material, whether it's on a valve cover gasket, on cars or oil pan, anywhere that I have to remove some old material. I like these nylon bristles because they don't gouge into it, and it cleans it up real nicely. And I just noticed this does have a little metal dip right there. I don't think it was from me when I took it out because I haven't dropped it, but it looks like someone must have dropped it. There's a little point to that side. I guess I'm gonna have to use a little grinder to grind that out and make it smooth. But yeah, I'm basically almost done. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, I took a little, I'll take a little brake cleaner, finish cleaning it out. That's it. There, I'll clean out, do the same thing to the bottom, and then put a little gasket maker and get it filled up. See all this old gasket material in there? I like to make sure it's all out of it because I don't want none of that material going into my inside the differential. And then okay, everything's nice and clean. Right there we had the little nick. I grinded it out. See, so it's nice and clean. So now put the little gasket maker on it. I asked the customer to bring me some new one, but they didn't. So I had this one. It's a gasket maker. So we're just going to use this. One thing I like to do is I don't want some gasket material is going to go into the hose, but I don't want to start off with too much gasket material in these holes to begin with. So I like to clean out those holes. Okay, so the cover is on. It's not tightened because the way you put gaskets, you're supposed to put the gasket material, present it, uh, get it hand tight before you put any kind of pressure to it, and then let it dry. So we're gonna leave it there for about half hour, and then I'll come back in about half hour and tighten all those bolts, and then fill her up. But yeah, we're just gonna let that dry now, and before we give it the final tightening. All right, let's see what the deal was with this cart. So they said it was running. They smelled something burning. She said something right here got hot. So first thing I like to do is I like to inspect all these water levels. Make sure if there is water in there. So far we're doing okay. So you got 36 holes. 36, no, 6 times, yeah, 6 times 6, 36 little holes that I gotta double check. Well, my phone died when I was starting to check this cart. Let me show you guys what's going on. So a couple of issues that I found out. First off, the swiper arm melted, and I melted the V-Glide. So it's gonna need a new V-Glide, new wiper arm, and I believe this was the culprit right here. You see that right there? It's a broken resistor. Now, what I'm thinking, this is is my theory. This motor was replaced by one of the maintenance guys. I'm thinking they hit that, they broke it, and then that was causing it to arc, and it was overheating. When stuff arcs, it burns stuff up. And then look at this cable right here. That is not good at all either. So I'm gonna have to repair that. I have to put the whole V-glide basically needs to be replaced, and the resistor. So I thought I had those parts. I picked this parts car specifically just to fix this cart, but turns out that this one doesn't have any resistor. It just has solenoids and a pop box. So can't use this cart for parts. So I'm gonna have to look up the prices for these parts and get them ordered. I have a couple of old. They need this cart for the park. So I'm gonna do is I'm probably going to fix it enough for them to be able to use it. But I'm gonna recommend us to order new parts for it. So I have a couple of them right here. I already started cleaning them up for them. This one is melted. I started cleaning in the wrong one, but then I started cleaning this one up for them. This one, the last two have melted, but these carts just need 5 connections, and then all you gotta do is adjust the throttle pedal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5, that's all I'm going to adjust, and these 2 will be empty, because those are the 2 that have melted. I cleaned them up, but I'm not gonna use it. So I'm gonna put this one. I gotta find a arm. I know I have it somewhere on my junk. Usually I have a bunch of junk everywhere, so I know I should have another arm for it. But yeah, let me get to that, and I'll show you guys an update once I got it going. Oh, and that cart, I already did the second tightening of the differential cover. I'm just waiting. I'm just giving it a little bit more time to dry before I put gear oil in it. As soon as maybe like another half hour to an hour, let it dry enough, put gear oil in, and then we'll see if the noise went away. So stay tuned. Okay, so I found this swiper arm. It's not the greatest condition. You can see it has some pitting on it, but it's way better than what it is. It did have heat. It got heat on it, but I tell you, that's usually something bad. This will only be a temporary fix for them. So I'm gonna put this swiper arm on here, clean this out, smooth it out a little bit, and this will have to do until the new parts come in, and hopefully they don't burn the car up more than what this arm is. So yeah, let's put this together right onto there. It goes right in there. I gotta get a what is that called? A micro switch that goes right there. We'll put that one on too, and see if we can get this cart going for them. Okay, that's as clean as I'm gonna get it. Now, one thing that I did, so I can get the focus. See how I trimmed it down? So this is basically an aftermarket part. I know it is, and I know part most likely why it overheated. See, these things are not rectangular. They're bigger in the top, smaller at the bottom. But these brushes are square. So what ends up happening is it ends up touching 2 of these at the same time. And so you want to try to avoid that, or you want to, because it creates resistance, and it makes the wires hot. So by trimming this down and making it almost this shape, it'll land just on that one plate, or that's the hope, and it won't touch this one or that one. It'll just be on whichever one you're at, know, now mind you, if they're going slow, it's probably going to be somewhere in the middle. It may touch both. Not the end of the world. You just, when you're on that last one, you don't want to be touching this one. You want to be on whatever. I'm pointing to this one because that's going to be my last one. But let's say you're on this last one, you don't want to be touching that one because that's what overheats. That's why this one overheated. This one may have been part of this, thinking about it. But yeah, I'm going to connect it from this one going backwards, adjust the throttle pedal so that it'll stop right here, and that's it. And then you know, get it running until I order new V-Glide for them. The resistor, I'm just going to clean it out, stretch it and connect it, and I'm trying to see if I have a PVC square, you know, like a cutting board that I could use, because since this is like a fiberglass board, but they broke it. So I do not want that dangling like that, because that is part of the reason why, you know, this, you know, it broke. I'm not even showing you guys. See, it's broken. That's part of the reason why it broke. So I'm gonna see if I could find a PVC plate so I could basically put it right underneath it, and I'll rebolt all of these, and it'll be nice and tight. So what I'm gonna do is that one resistor right there that broke, I'm gonna take it out, clean it out, and I'm just gonna bend it a little bit more and put it back in place. And that way the car will run that way until I order a new resistor and a new V-Glide for them and replace it. I'll get paid basically twice for this job, because I build them for this temporary repair, and I'll build them again when I put the new parts. Winning. All right, guys, so I found the micro switches. I have a little bag. Now I need to double check that this is the correct micro switch, because the one I need is for this to be off, and then when you release it, it's on. Or should I say, this one doesn't allow continuity between this point and that point when it's pressed, and when it opens, it'll allow continuity to go through. Why is that important? Because when this is in here, when you release the throttle pedal, it's going to compress this, and that'll shut negative from going to the solenoid, and it shuts the solenoid off. And then when you press on the accelerator pedal, it opens, and it allows the negative to go to the solenoid and activates the solenoid. So I need to double check that this is the correct one. I don't think it is, but we're gonna try it. If not, I'm gonna look for some other micro switches that I have. People may know how to read this, but I don't know how to read that. Let me see. No, something. I don't know. Maybe I could still use this. Maybe I just got to put it in one is for one. I don't know. We're gonna find out right now. And let me put my phone on the tripod. All right, so let's try this. I got this on continuity. I'm gonna touch this bottom one, and then let's touch one of these. So there's continuity right there right now. No continuity. Oh, you know what? It's a two-way switch. Ah, I like this. I never knew that. I just learned a lesson. So there you go. See that one? So this one has both actually. So this one right here would be open. So then when you let the accelerator pedal go, it should push this down, and it stops the continuity. As soon as you press on it, it opens, and there you go. It'll let the ground go to the solenoid. Closed. I don't know how close or open it, but you know, I hope you understand what I'm saying. And then, so this one is a two-purpose solenoid. So this one will be. All right, I know this video is all over the place. I got the gear oil down there, ready to put on the cart. So follow me as I go and add this gear oil to the differential. Well, the car still makes noise. Let me show you guys. Got it in forward right there. Not much I could do. Now, that being said, it could also be the bearing inside the motor. So, I'm gonna drive the car around and see if it'll how it feels. But I think it might be the bearing inside the motor that's bad. Yeah. Well, I took the motor brake out because that motor brake was getting hot. I definitely hear a scraping sound. But I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure if it's coming in from the diff or it's still coming in from the motor. I'm telling you, it might just need a new bearing on the motor. But for right now, I got other stuff to do. So this cart is gonna have to wait. So you'll probably see this cart on my channel later on when I take that motor out. Double check the bearing on it. Supposedly the speed sensor was changed on it. The what is it called? The wiring. The wiring loom. Man, I'm the word slipping from my mouth. But all the wiring was replaced on it. Harness. There we go. The wiring harness for the whole cart was replaced. That brake, as you can tell, is getting hot, and it's very, very hot. I had to use the towel to hold it and not burn myself. Make sure it's not melting the car. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do on this cart. I'm gonna jump back on the Cap Brown's cart so I can finish that cart, get paid. Cause this one I won't get paid till I get it running. So it's gonna have to wait. It's your motor. Check this out. I don't have the motor brake on. See it right there? Hey, right there. I don't have it on. But I was gonna put the cart back at your house, right? Making noise. Now notice, check this out. It's your regen. So this motor, let me do it again. So this motor, I mean, I've heard of regen. I've never had an issue with it with all the other cars that I've done, but the regen on this motor is bad. So somehow when you hit the brake, it basically sticks. So it's the motor. I don't think it's the rear end. I'm still want to take out the motor and spin the differential and double check it. The differential did have water in it, so that's a good thing that we changed the gear. We lubed it with new gear oil. But that noise that we're hearing, I think it's from your motor. I don't think it's from the rear end. So that's a good thing. and the cart stops, which is good. You could actually use the golf cart because it stops with its own region without using the brake, the motor brake. So that's a good thing. All right, man. That's it. I'll talk to you later. Well, guys, guess what? I found another V-Glide. This one was a 5-2K. It was on a newer club car. It was a bad one, and it's interesting. I'm gonna show you guys something. So that one, I had replaced it because it was bad, and I didn't really know what it was until right now. So this is the kind that has a 5-2K, and one of these little resistors had popped. Now that I was taking them apart, because I'm going to use this one, because it's in way better condition than the one that I was going to use. You know, that little one right here that's off. I'm gonna fix that before I install that on the car. But yeah, I just noticed that I could use this one. It's gonna be way better. So I actually even have the cables for the for the micro switch, which is there. I just finished taking this part off the cart. I'm going to swap all these cables over from this V-Glide to the new one. I'm going to take the bolts from the micro switch off, so bolt that one down, and like I said, right here I'm just going to cut it down. Now this plate right here that I told you, it's a fiberglass plate. I'm not going to be able to replace that, but what I'm going to do is I have these thicker plastic golf club covers. So I'm just, you know, they go basically like a TXT like that one in the back. You can actually see it right there. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a square off of this, and I'm gonna put it on the back side of that until I order a new little plate, if I could even find it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get this cart running for the park tonight. But yeah, let me do what I gotta do, and I'll show you guys, bring you guys back once I have everything already fixed up. All right, excuse the mess. It's a working table. So micro switch is in. It's gonna work beautifully. And this is my 2 wires for the micro switch. Now I could actually start from here. The it's green and black. I had to move him. I had to get one of the nuts from the micro switch from right here because it I had misplaced it. So now I gotta try to, so it was green and then black. Yeah, green, black, and then the other black. All right. So now we just gotta transfer these to the new FNR. So. Here's the black one. We put in it on this second to last right there. Next black one. Green one. Yellow. And then orange. And then we have these 2 white ones right here. So to make this one, I still need the this little piece. We're not going to get rid of it yet. There you go. Alright, so I'll go around and switch out the Well, it was late yesterday, so I wasn't able to finish uh, showing you what I did. But let me bring you guys up to date on this cart. Okay, so I finished putting together the V-Glide, installed it, put together all the resistor cables. I was able to tie that one back in place. My only worry is if these get too hot, it could probably melt that plastic, but I'll check that after I take the cart for a test drive. I'll see how hot they get, and hopefully this bolt doesn't get loose. Now all I gotta do is tie these two together, connect this to the battery, put the batteries back in, and make sure this cart's running. All right, guys, cart's all done. Everything's back in place. About to take it on a test drive, but let me show you guys everything that's done to it. Back in the cart. I didn't replace that cable because I didn't have one of those ends. All I did was tape it up nice and tight. It's working. At the end of the day, I got to order parts for it, so I'll order some new cable ends for that. But your ground wire is connected right there. Green one's connected at the bottom. Your lights are back in. I put new pigtails on the lights. You can see right there again, new resistor. So, well, old resistor, but I cut it up, cleaned it out, replugged it in. When I get the new parts, I'm probably gonna clean those resistors, sand them all down. But yeah, let's get this cart running, and should I say, let's take it for a test drive. Ready? Let's go. I don't know if this cart had a reverse buzzer, but it looked bad. So I just cut the wires off. Wow. All right, I have to come back and adjust these brakes. These brakes are really bad. All right, it's running. We're gonna take it for a nice long test drive around the whole park, because I got my temperature gauge, my what is it, temperature gauge, my whatever that is, to check how hot the cable gets. I'm gonna ride it all the way around the park. Give me a good, let me know for sure if the cable's gonna get kind of hot, and if that part in the back of the cart, that little plastic that I put on, if it's going to be affected from heat. Because if it is, I'm gonna have to do something different. All right, so stay tuned. I'll get back to you guys once I'm ready. All right, basically done. Here's my test ride. The my little temperature gauge right here. You see how hot this gets. 82 degrees, okay. I guess that was kind of hot. You know what? 80 degrees is not bad at all. Because that's basically the same temperature it is outside. Let's check these real quick. Okay, they're about 80. The one more important is this one right here, that second one. That 81. That's one that I'm more 80, 84. That's interesting. It got hotter. So that's not bad. That's fine with me. That's how hot it gets outside anyway. So not sure what temperature plastic melts, but I took it for a good 20-minute ride and it's not hot. So I don't think that's going to melt at all. So I'm very, very happy. this repair. Okay. Well, guys, I adjusted the brakes, and they didn't do anything. It's definitely going to need new brake shoes, so I'm going to recommend them to get new brake shoes for it. I had to cut this carpet a little bit because it was affecting the accelerator pedal and the brake pedal. I didn't change that mirror out. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I got other things I gotta do. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the rest of the repairs for the RXV, and then this one will come back on the channel as soon as I get parts. I gotta order her brakes, I gotta order a new V-Glide, a new resistor. Unless they don't want to, they could ride it this way, but I would prefer to put new parts. All right, that's it.